Everybody, welcome to the daily recap for May 17th, 2022. Let's take a look at what we did today. So we came into the day and I was leaning bullish on the SPY, but I was looking for a retest of the pivot first before we got continuation higher. We ended up getting that action sell-off into the pivot this morning, and then we got that nice little push into the, Powell speaking at 2 p.m. Then we had a little bit of a dip when he did end up speaking, Q&A, and then we got a nice little pop back into the close. Rhetoric was pretty much the same. He did say something about having a softish landing, which obviously was perceived as bullish because we got a little bit of a push after that. One of the keynotes as well was he was saying that they'll continue to raise rates until inflation's under control. So the question would be, what happens if they don't get it under control? Right? They're just going to continue to raise rates, and obviously that would be bearish for any of the growth names in the market. But anywho, let's take a look at what we did today. So we started off the day, a couple things. We were in Tesla long. I gave this trade out for free as well on the Discord, the free Discord there. We got a nice little pop there for about 11 points, 12 points to the upside. We were in shop as well on the long side for the morning pop for about 10 points to the upside. So that was a nice trade on both of those big caps. We did take some UPST as well out the gate, and we got a nice little push for a couple points. And then we ended up rolling UPST into 50 calls when it did break that resistance to the upside, and those ended up going around like 200. I think 60%, 270%, so almost 300% on those calls, which was fantastic. We tried some ASAN long, ASAN, that ended up not working, and some W long as well this morning, those ended up not working. Got pullbacks on that. We took some mRNA long at 139.71, held that all day, basically got 4 points, right? So that was a good trade there. We took Veru long this morning, I also tweeted this one out at $14. This one ended up getting into obviously 15.16 at the end of the day. We ended up exiting the rest of the equity at around 14.16, rolling the 17 calls, which are up actually a decent amount. We took some GLBE short after this morning's push and was extended. Was looking for more of a pullback there, but we didn't end up getting it. Ended up getting stopped out of that trade pretty quick. We had some Indo long at 19.08, traded that to the 20.47. Ended up selling most of it to the pop and then getting stopped out the rest in the money there, so that wasn't too bad. We took some Twilio short to the downside. We rode that into the 97 level essentially. That was a good trade there. We took some DDOG short from 94. We sold that or rolled that into the sub 90s, so nice like 4 or 5 points on that. We were in ISOP overnight, and then we added up full size today. We got a point on that to the upside, so that was a fantastic small cap trade there. We tried some SKYH long, that ended up not working. Ended up just having to exit that position. What else did we do on the long side? On the equity side, we tried some Zoom short at the basically when the market started to reverse, so we had tight stops on it. Ended up not working. It actually did work for like 50 cents, but ended up taking that one off. We tried some Tesla long at the end of the day, which worked out nicely for about. Actually, we did two longs. We did it long off the lows from 32 cents. All the way to around 32 cents. From 7.32 all the way to around 7.48, so about 16 points. And then we took it again on this flag break to the upside for about 5-6 points to the upside. We did the same thing with shop equity. We grabbed it again at 364, 70 area. We traded that into 372, which was a nice little trade there. We had some NVAX long at 51.63, traded that into the 52.30 level. That was a good trade as well. And I think that's pretty much it for the equity side. Oh, sorry. Coin, we did this long at 69.49, got a pop at 750, so essentially it was pretty much a point trade on that. And that's it. So pretty good trades on the equity side today. Options were fantastic. UPST, like I said, 270% on that. Then we had some other really good trades. We had the IQ 4 calls this morning for 100% and change. We had the Walmart 130s at the end of the day for about 65% on that. We had the SPY puts this morning. We got about like 40-50% on those. And then we had the calls, the 408s at the end of the day. We got about 25% on that, so not bad. BMY, we had the 80 calls for about 86% today. MRK, we had the 94 calls, which ended up getting the money for over 100% change. I can't exactly remember exactly what it was. I'll have to scroll up and look. We had AMD calls. We had the 105s, which worked out nicely, then ended up rolling into the 108s, which again worked for about like 80% to the upside. We had some snow puts, the 140s, ended up getting a really nice follow through on those. Those were pretty expensive puts. They were $3.20. We ended up getting over 100% on that. So great trade on that. We did HD puts 290s, which ended up working out nicely as well for, I think it was, let me just take a quick look at these. There's quite a bit that worked out nicely today. Great. It's over 100%, I know that. Bear with me for a second. Yeah. Those were 100, like almost 200% change there. It's like 220%, 210%. So not bad there. We had some WDC calls which worked out nicely. The 62 calls we took this morning were over 100%. We had VA calls for about 70%, the 140s. Like I said, AMD 105s. We had MU80 calls. We're actually swinging those overnight. Those are lottos. We had Fucho 37 calls this morning for about 50%. We tried some Bob 100 calls. Those ended up not working. Shop, we did a roll on the 440s, which, that ended up not working, but it was a roll, so there was no risk on it. And then lastly, we did some NTR calls this morning. The 104 calls, which worked out nicely. And ended up just exiting those at the end of the day. It wasn't a huge gain on those, but it did work out nicely for about, I guess, 25-30%. So not bad. All in all, pretty good on the option side, pretty good on the equity side. Happy with today's movement, especially for a choppy day. And yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. If you guys are have been looking at the market, basically daily chart, or if you follow me on Twitter, I should say, we did reclaim EMA support on the daily chart. Downtrend's broken. We'll see if we can continue to hold out. It's all going to depend on where we gap. If you guys are unaware, there's also a channel that we need to break here on the upside, which is around 409.60. Get above that. Then we pretty much have a bunch of resistance, but straight shots at the 50 and there if you get confirmation there. So quite bullish setup going forward if we can get confirmation. We'll see what happens tomorrow. If you guys want to join us tomorrow for our pre-market session, we do stream for free on YouTube, so you can watch for that link. We do it from 8 a.m. to 9:30 p.m., so you get the full YouTube, or you get the full pre-market session. As well, free Discord link in the bio. Feel free to click it. We do throw free trades there. Tesla trade, for instance, would have paid for at least a couple months of trading. So super, I think it's super beneficial to join that. Otherwise, you can go to SpartanTrading.com, check us out there. Promos on my Twitter as well. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Have any questions, feel free to reach out. Have a good one, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.